Today is a sad day for men everywhere who are dealing with divorces and dealing with vindictive wives and vindictive baby mamas and all of these things, man, because Dre, billionaire Dr. Dre, has been broken down into submission by his soon-to-be ex-wife, Nicole. The money grab is real. And no matter what anyone says about it, when a woman has her mind set to make your life a living hell, trust me, there will be no heaven for you. Let's take a deep dive on this one. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. Now, the truth of the matter is this, man. Once you marry a woman in this particular society, divorce is almost imminent. When you say I do, you got to be looking forward to the day where she's going to say I don't. That's what happens in this particular society, especially if you're a man of means. If you're not a man of means, then women probably don't want to marry you anyway. But when we heard about this story about Dr. Dre and his wife, and she was taking him to court and trying to sue him for his name and trying to get half of it, trying to get $2 million a month alimony payment. In the meantime, while they're going through the divorce, she wants supplemental alimony payment before they even divorce. All of these weird things that we hear these other guys divorcing and all of that, man. But today, I read a story, man, where Dr. Dre has been broken down into submission. He finally publicly declared that I waved the white flag. She is one. This is getting too expensive for me. She broke him down. We're talking about a man whose net worth is almost $1 billion, if not upwards of $1 billion by now. But what people have to understand, net worth doesn't mean you have that type of cash laying around. Her attorney's fees up to this point have been $1 million, plus his attorney fees, plus $300,000 court cost. See, what we're talking about is taking your net worth, transferring it for cash, and then having to pay that cash out to someone. So to someone who's thinking from the term of cash, you may think that $1 billion cash is good. Yes, it is, but no one has it. For a man who has a net worth of $1 billion, paying out $3.2 million is a lot of cash to pay out. And they don't want any of your stocks. They don't want any of your possessions, your real estate. They want cash. And so finally, Dr. Dre said, I just want to settle out of court. He says, I'm willing to give her even more than she's requesting, or more than the prenuptial agreement states that she should have. He is finally realizing that fighting her in court this way is not even worth it. Give her what she wants to get this living hell that she's putting you in behind you. Do not marry a woman in America. You are nuts. You are crazy. You are a baboon. You are a buffoon if you even think it's logical to marry a woman in America, man. And these guys are out here still perpetuating that something is wrong with us because we don't want to buy into the marriage prospects in America, because we don't want to buy into the system of marriage oppression, of matrimonial oppression in America. We don't want to buy into that. We're too smart to buy into that. But you still have these guys out here promoting it and perpetuating that as if it's a position of power. Well, if it's not a position of power for a man who's worth $1 billion, it's sure not a position of power for you and you're worth 50,000. We see all of these examples around us of men who are in powerful positions. But your power doesn't matter when the law, the letter of the law, is set to break you down, to bring you down from your powerful position, to bring you down from Mount Olympus. Shooting on Olympus, OMD EM5 Mark III today. So great segue into the camera we're shooting with. But we have to understand as men that we have the right to protect ourselves and our resources. You are a fool if you allow someone to convince you that marrying a woman in America is the best thing you can do when it's absolutely the worst thing you can do. Unless she's paid and you're broke, I can understand that. If she's a billionaire and you're broke, hey man, play their game. But none of us want to be broke. None of us want to be broke for the sole purpose of meeting a woman who's got the paper. And it rarely happens. The difference between a man and a woman is a woman who's paid is not going to marry a broke man. A man who's paid will marry a woman who has nothing to offer him except her handout, spending money, trying to look good for him. And that's fine. That's what she should do. She should take time beautifying herself. But when it all boils down to it, it doesn't matter what she does in the time you're together. The bottom line is, in America, there's a 50% chance that your marriage is going to end in divorce. Now, I know there's some beta male simp man Johnny gonna come in and say, well, Dr. BOA, there you go again with that doom and gloom. You don't want me to have no realistic expectation of marriage, Dr. BOA. You want everybody to believe that there's a possibility they're going to have a divorce. Well, that's not, Dr. BOA. My great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmama and granddad, they stayed married forever, Dr. BOA. I know that was 150 years ago, but it's still the same, Dr. BOA. Whatever happened 150 years ago can happen now. You just telling me all these lies. I ain't listening to you no more, you liar. Unsubscribe. Okay, unsubscribe, sucker, but before you go, let me tell you this. Don't nobody give a damn what your great-grandma and granddad did, man. That's too many greats to even count. Nothing is the same as it was. Women are way more different than they were then. Society is way more different than it was then. The spirit of patriarchy is gone from this society, so you know damn well the patriarchy itself is gone. There is nothing in this society that would indicate that it's a smart decision for a man to marry a woman. There is nothing. And I want you men to keep in mind one thing. The reality of our lives is that we must do what we're going to do in order to better ourselves and better our plight. And if a woman doesn't fit into that, the time is gone to be initiating those types of understandings in relationships. We don't live in a time anymore where marrying a woman is a good thing. The Bible says he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. But what if there are no wives left? Just because you go find a woman and marry her doesn't make her a wife. Just like going to buy a football and a helmet don't make you an NFL superstar. And going to buy a camera and a mic and doing a bunch of hating on a bunch of people don't make you a content creator. Do not get caught up in this push to bring back marriage, to bring back the family unit. Man, the family unit was destroyed by design, and you don't have the tools and know the issues well enough to turn back the hands of time. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.